Hello everybody, welcome back to the Album Smiling Faces podcast. It's been a couple of weeks since you last seen us, hasn't it?
It feels like a while.
Feels like about 2 years, mate.
It does feel like a while. It felt like 5 years after.
Mark's not here. He made the wise decision of not watching the game tonight, and who can blame him?
Yeah.
I'm not. He probably did watch it, to be honest with you. He hasn't texted with though.
No.
He hasn't texted with. He didn't turn up tonight. So it was just me, Deka, and Adam watching the game. If you really want to put yourself through the agony again, you can see the previous video, which is don't bother. Don't bother watching it. It's literally the worst. It's me and Deka just sitting mourning for a good 5-10 minutes.
It's just yeah. No, oh God.
So we're going to do it again for the next 5-10 minutes on this one.
I'm actually finding it hard to like even chat about what happened.
Yeah. So
to be honest, I am.
Newcastle's made the trip to Arsenal. Let's be honest though. What we're thinking from the game? What we're thinking we're going to go in and win the game, or
oh God, no.
Like prediction wise,
I never think we're going to win a game, man. So we're not going to beat Arsenal down there.
Prediction wise at work, I said it was going to be 3-1 to Arsenal. They went out and won 2-0, but it was just once again a complete no-show from Newcastle in the capital. It's exactly the same as a West Ham game.
Yeah, it was. It's not good enough, is it?
It's
just
not
good enough. I do believe we're better than that. Mm-hmm. We know we're better than that, but too many times we're seeing the same performances away from home, but certainly down in London. It's just absolutely embarrassing. That was awful. That
is the team missing Shaw? Because the dynamics change a little bit with Dummett's like dropping in that role, really, isn't he?
We needed Messi to change the dynamic tonight. I reckon you can put Shaw in there, it makes no difference.
Do you reckon?
Nah, no difference at all. The game was lost in midfield for me, massively lost.
Yeah,
in midfield.
so Deka said throughout the podcast, like, the midfield was just a no-show. Hayden and Diarmi weren't there. But we know that neither of those players can offer a great deal of creativity. Yeah. It's minimal what they can offer in regards to that. Yeah. Of course, they can chomp at people's ankles all day long, but getting the ball up, taking the pressure off the game, and putting the crosses in left, right, and centre, and getting the through balls in, they can't do it to a great extent.
We just didn't. We never seemed to be comfortable on the ball at any point in that 90 minutes. Not one point did we have a sustained bit of pressure, a sustained bit of build-up play. It was all back to front. It was just Dubravka long ball or Dummett long ball, and that's not good enough at that level. It's not good enough.
Not even Yedlin. Jesus, he had a bad game. First touch was shocking.
Absolutely terrible.
I forgot how many times. Even Richie didn't have the greatest game. Of course, he made the clearance off the line, which was fantastic, but
Richie was one of the better players.
Do you reckon?
I think he's one of the better players. I thought Diarmi was appalling. I thought Lejeune was poor. I thought Yedlin was terrible. I thought Dummett was terrible.
I think even to be honest, Perez
was terrible.
Shocking
Absolutely terrible.
Rondon's up there by himself. He's got a thankless task in that game. He can't do anything apart from win the balls, and hopefully he's got someone on either side of the wings to come into the game. But Almiron, once again, he's running about full of skills, trying his hardest to get anywhere on that pitch where you can find any inch of grass. Yep. Noticed a couple of times that Richie wasn't passing the ball to him once again, which is a strange one. But on that side of the pitch, obviously Perez is out there. He couldn't get into the game whatsoever.
No, not period, not at all.
Even Almiron, when he got the ball, there was a couple of passes where there were just no way.
Oh, he was poor when there was a few times when he actually got the ball. I wish he would just go like. You see, he'd beat a man, then he'd try and pass it, and as you say, we were losing the ball.
Yeah.
Whereas I honestly feel sometimes you just keep going, just keep going, mate, with that ball.
Well, we said during the thing, like, I'm comparing the two, but Ben Arthur used to get the ball and he used to be skillful with it, just cross over, like step overs and dropping his shoulder and go past players, constant, but you never know which way he's going. Yeah. Almiron gets a ball and he's just running at players and he's still beating them just by running at them.
He's just pace. He's just
players just constantly back off because they think if he beats us, he's through.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to get keep themselves between Almiron and the ball. Really, just keep that ball in front of them. Yep. But he didn't. He done it a handful of times. Well, twice that I can remember off the top of my head. But once again, Perez, Almiron, and Rondon, they've got nothing because the midfield weren't delivering.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't really. I'm saying Perez was terrible.
We can't criticise him a great deal.
It's difficult when the only option we had going forward was a long ball.
Especially when Yedlin's having such a poor game on the right hand side as well, which is obviously the same size as what Perez is on.
I felt we needed to change the midfield earlier. I don't know if we needed to put an extra man in midfield to just try our best to stop the storm that was they were just constantly running through without waiting on the pitch.
So Hayden went off in key game 1, and in hindsight, that was a bad substitution because Key was dreadful from the second he came on that pitch.
Yeah, he was.
He was on for a good half an hour, probably just a bit less.
Just less, 25 minutes.
And not once did he get in that game. I think he's dreadful from the second.
Well, he started poorly, didn't he? I think there was one where he tried to touch it, he lost the ball. When he went to control it, went under his foot, and you thought, what's happened here? Because I was wanting Shelby to come on, to be honest. And I worry that I think he's done. I think if he can't get ahead of him, but no, I just thought it was funny because I wanted Shelby, but I was still happy Key came on because I thought
in the past he'd been alright.
It's going to be a bit of creativity. I was pleased when he brought Mutu on.
So Perez went off, Mutu came on, and Kennedy he looked quite lively. No, Kennedy came on for us.
That was before the Mutu one. Sorry, Kennedy came on. I didn't really have any issues with that one. I mean, Richie clearly did.
Yeah.
But I think Kennedy could have. He's a weird player, isn't he? Kennedy. He's
shocking defensively.
I know.
We saw it in that game where I'm not sure which Arsenal player that we picked up on the right hand side of the pitch, and he basically just runs past Kennedy. Kennedy doesn't even. He just watches him.
I know. I think that in hindsight of the subs, though, if you think of the subs, there's not really much wrong with them, is there?
Nah.
You brought Kennedy on for a bit of flair, a bit of attacking intent.
We've got the power of hindsight. The Key one was a bad choice just because of how Key played when he did come on the pitch. But what's to say Shelby would have done exactly the same when he came on the pitch?
But at the time of the sub, it's not a bad sub.
Nah.
It was the right decision. Well, I had two defensive-minded midfielders that weren't doing anything anyway. It was time to change it, and.
So they got the goals. First goal, not much we could have done. It was a ricochet off Lascelles and Yedlin. I think that put the ball to Ramsey and he tucks it in the corner.
It was a good finish.
Can't do anything with that.
It's just a shit goal, isn't it? Though? But it was a good finish.
Second goal, Jesus Christ!
It's diabolical.
Utter Sunday League defending that by a number of players on the pitch. Key's the first one. Just he's standing, like arms down, shoulders down, just not even making any attempt to go to where the ball's going.
Yeah.
And
I know everyone's going to blame themselves. I know they are, but. You have to watch where that ball's starting from. There's no pressure on the ball at all. And I know that the header, I don't know how it kind of got past Lascelles, I know, but I actually thought Lascelles played well tonight. No, I actually thought he played alright.
Apart from every time you got the ball, you lumped it forward.
Well, again, and that's again the issue. It's difficult. I don't know if it's because we're watching it on the telly, but for me, every time a centre half got the ball, maybe there was nothing in front of him, I don't know. But
there's a couple of times away. There's that one pass into the right hand side. There's not a single player there. He's just lumping it as far as he can. It was one. We'll wrap it up because there's not much to talk about. But it was one of those where, once again, just like I said at the start, it was a complete no-show. Not a single player, I would say, had a great game. But that's probably because the rest of the players were having shite games. It's hard to criticise with front three because there's no service there throughout the game. We had it was two shots. Key done one of them, nowhere near, and Ron done with the other one, which was going wide anyway, and it looked like the keeper parried it out, but that was it really.
It's just
nothing
shit.
Other than that.
It's just shit. We are better than that, man. We'll have to be better than that, surely. That was appalling, that.
But we're 7 points clear, relegation. We've got Palace coming up at home on Saturday, which is going to be a tough game. I think a lot of people are thinking being a bit too confident with that one. I think Palace is going to be a tough game.
It is. I think for the players, I think it comes at a great time.
Yeah.
You can get this one out of your system and you're back at home, and I'm still confident. That we'll be alright on Saturday. But it is a tough game. You're right. They've got some players that can really do it. Zaha, Townsend, etc.
Front three.
Yeah, they're good.
Batch-wise as well, isn't he, at the moment? So you've got 3 players that could hit us. Shaw's going to be back. His suspension's going to be over. So
Dummett will be out of the team for me. There's no question.
I think it's if I was going to say, I'd be going back to the team where a couple of weeks back, just before Shaw got booked, where you're looking at Lejeune, Lascelles and Shaw in there, then back to how we were winning games.
It's people haven't got long stuff, because it'd be Hayden and Dion probably.
Do you think?
I think it might be.
I think if he's going to change it, I think now's the time, because that was bad. I know we can't flip it around and think it's against Arsenal, top 3 team now, they've just gone to the top 3.
Yeah, them were good, I have to be honest, they were good. But
just triangles around us.
Yeah, great football at times. But again, we just never seemed to be at the races, did we, from the first minute? From the first minute, you just knew how that game was going to go. And what I know is I've seen that type of performance too many years now. nearly every single time I watch an away game, it's like that.
You can take them once in a while, but every time you go to London, that tends to be what happens.
It's every time. It's just.
It's every Monday night normally as well. It's always a Monday night.
Oh, wow, 100% record's gone. Monday night,
so.
Non-defeat, 100%.
We've done a few of these live recordings before. The first 3 we won the first 2, drew the third, and this is the fourth, and it was an utter shit show.
It was, but never mind. We'll move on. We'll be fine. We'll be alright.
Right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. There's plenty more videos coming this week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.